Welcome to 50th Avenue in Queens. I am walking on a Sunday morning. I'm at the intersection of 44th Street and 50th Avenue. This is the Sunnyside, Woodside area of Queens. And it's a very quiet day. It's usually quiet in this area on the weekends because this is the residential part of this neighborhood. If I go up the street, and you can see that on some of my previous videos, if I go to Queens Boulevard or if I go up 46th Street, you can see a lot more businesses and stuff. This is a courtyard in an apartment complex. Lots of trees, lots of bushes, and that's why I'm on this side of the street, by the way. There's more shade over here. But yeah, that's another reason I like this area. It's a good place to go running. You'll see people running around here. You'll see people walking, dogs, things like that. And if you like running, this area, there's not a ton of hills until you go much further down the street. So it's pretty flat if that's what you like for running and stuff. The temperature is in the 50s right now, so it's very comfortable, especially since sometimes during this time of year, it's the spring, it's the last day of May, it can get super hot around here. I'm always thankful when it's in the 50s or 60s. That's the sweet spot. This is a parking lot for residents in the area. I'm just gonna walk around these cars. I'm not actually walking on the sidewalk right now because there's people walking their dogs, and it could get a little bit of a traffic jam if I walk on the sidewalk. Again, love all the trees though. If it wasn't for these trees, that sun would be bearing down on me right now. We're approaching 42nd Street. Remember, this is Queens. So 42nd Street in Queens is very different than 42nd Street in Manhattan. More residential buildings. Those are like houses over there. So you'll see houses, but you'll also see big apartment complexes like this. Lots of brick buildings, tons of them. So if you see something that's not a brick building, it'll stand out. I mean, you can see everything sort of just looks, it all looks like it was built by the exact same company. Everything looks the same in this area almost. Although this seems like a very nice apartment complex. I mean, you can tell by the front over here. So this one might be a little bit more expensive than all the others. Approaching 41st Street and 50th Avenue. Another thing that's nice about this area in the wintertime, this is a great place to see a lot of Christmas decorations. Like that courtyard that I pointed at when I was walking past it for that apartment complex. They usually have a lot of cool decorations, lots of lights. Really gets you in the holiday spirit. But obviously right now it's only the end of spring. This was the week of Memorial Day. In fact, another reason why it might be quiet is because a lot of people maybe take this week off, go on vacation because the weather's nice, and a lot of people will be finishing school in a couple weeks. Nice time to get away, take a break before the kids have their final exams, before the summer comes and it gets super, super hot. This is 40th Street. I might start walking up 39th Place, because one thing I noticed about that street is that it is filled with nice apartment buildings once you get to Queens Boulevard, or like right near that area. But let me see. I mean, I don't know if I've ever walked up the entire street of 39th Place. That's what's coming up here. Remember, not 39th Street, 39th Place. I could be wrong, but let me see. Oh, that's a nice building. Check that out. That had to have been like a different kind of a house, and they knocked it down and created this beautiful structure with a big tree in front of it. That looks very different than all the other buildings around here. Very nice. Wow. Okay. Wow. I must have maybe this is a recent development. Actually, I'm not going to go down because I just remembered there's a school at the end here. That's a dead end. So the nice buildings are on the opposite side of the school. So I'm going to cross here and look at this building more, because this is probably the nicest building I've seen in this area. As you can see, if you get down there, that's where Greenpoint Avenue is. You start seeing businesses and stuff. But this is still the residential area. Wow, this seems like a multi-family home. That's what it looks like. Very nice. Very smart to make it look different than all these other buildings. Yeah, okay, well, this one has some paneling, but I mean, that's nowhere near as nice as whatever this is. And that must have been expensive. All right, let me head back to 50th Avenue, because honestly, most of the houses down there, and they kind of look all the same or pretty close. Let me switch over back to the shaded side of the street. Oh, truck coming. I'll cross over here. All right. And we are now approaching the end of 50th Avenue over here. Well, the end of at least this section. I don't know if it goes on any further. Yep, you can see over there it says Greenpoint Auto Corp. So the intersection of, this is 39th Street, 50th Avenue, and Greenpoint Avenue all intersecting with each other. So that's why you see that little island in the middle with all the birds. So yes, we will end our little trip down 50th Avenue in Queens right here. Thank you for watching.